been probably the most requested video in all platforms, so let's get to it. Hi, I'm Renata and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be answering 10 questions that you probably didn't know about my arm, and a lot of you have asked them. A lot of you contributed to this video, so I want to say a huge thank you. And also, please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet, and support me in creating more of this awesome content for you. So question number one, why don't you wear a prosthetic? So I did create a whole video on that where I do show the prosthetic. I talk in great detail about it, but you have to go watch it. It's up here. And you know, if I would have to say, I just got used to it. It's been over 5 years that I lost my arm. So now I feel more mobile without a prosthetic, and I think it would just kind of be my way if I were to get one right now. Can you move it? Yes, I can move it. This is a question that people did ask a lot, especially I shared a story on Instagram where I showed a little bit more about how my amputation was done, and people were curious to see it. So the thing is, when I lost my arm, I was very athletic. You know, I had a very fit body. And when he saw that, he wanted to maximize my opportunity for getting a prosthetic. And there are prosthetics that are electronic, and the way that they work is via muscle twitch, I guess, or muscle contractions, if you will. And what he did in order for me to have that muscular response was he tied my bicep to my tricep. So I do have movement of these muscles in case I were to get a electronic prosthetic someday. But other than that, you know, there's really nothing here. So if I do hit it, it does hurt. But I do have full mobility of my shoulder as well. And you know, if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen I post a lot of things at the gym, and I do post occasionally, you know, exercising my arms. So it's important to exercise both, because or else I'm gonna be walking around like this. So I do exercise both sides. Is your life better or worse? It's different. You know, it's not better, but it's also not worse. I think I discovered a lot of things about me that are good things, but it still sucks that I don't have an arm. You know, I used to love to do handstands, and I haven't done a handstand since. So, you know, there are good parts, there are bad parts, just like anything else in life. But I would say my life is different. You know, it's a learning curve to have only one arm, but in the end of the day, you know, I'm alive and I have so much to be thankful for, so I try to focus on that. Can you hold things with it? I sure can. So, you know, because I do exercise my arm pretty often, I do hold stuff with it like this, and obviously, you know, if it's really heavy stuff, I won't be able to. When did you get the tattoos? So I got my tattoos after losing my arm. I did get them all in Brazil. There's a lot of meaning here for me. There are a lot of roses around here. This is a light bulb, but inside there's a map of the world. And then in the back here, it's a feather with musical instruments. And here it's a quote from the Bible that says, "Turn your eyes from vanity and guide me in your path." So yeah. Okay, next question. What do the tattoos mean? So I kind of talked a little bit about this. So there's 4 total different ones, but they all kind of tie in together with their meanings. So I really like it. I don't regret at all. I did it because, you know, life is short. So number 7, how did you lose your arm? So this is a question I get asked a lot, both in Portuguese and English. I lost my arm in a car crash. I did a whole separate video on this, talking about, you know, everything, recovery, you know, my mindset, when it happened. Prepare the tissues because it's a crier. So let me know in the comments if you watch it, you know, if you cried as well, because a lot of people did mention that. And you know, I feel really, I'm sorry that you cried, but at the same time, you know, I'm glad that people watched it and people really understand, you know, the pain behind it, because honestly it sucks, you know, it really truly effing sucks. Okay, number 8, does your arm hurt? So yes, you know, if I hit it, it hurts like hitting your pinky. That's really how the pain is. It's terrible. But you know, it's sensitive. If you have an amputation, you know this, but we do something to desensitize because this area is very sensitive. So really, when you touch anything, you know, it can kind of sting and flare up a lot of the sensories that exist on your skin. So it is very strange. Other than that, you've probably seen me wearing this kind of sock thing. So if I do exercise, I do put that on just in case I hit something, you know, everything is compressed in there, so it doesn't really hurt if I touch something strange. I don't feel phantom pain, which is actually question number 9. Do you have phantom pain? I don't have phantom pain. I never really had it. I have a phantom feeling, so I do, you know, my brain still thinks that there's a full arm going on there. Sometimes I feel like the wrist gets really tired here, but there's no wrist. So it's very strange, you know, how the brain works. But in the end of the day, it's not really painful. It's just more bothersome. I do feel for you if you have phantom pain. I cannot imagine how terrible that is. So I'm truly, truly sorry that you have to go through that, because it's really tough, you know, any kind of pain, but to be in constant pain like that, I just can't imagine. So I feel for you. Last but not least, what is an advice you want to leave for others? As Jordan Peterson would say, life is evil and tainted with malevolence. There are ups and downs all the time. You know, when you think you're up, now you're down, and then you're up, and then you're down. But that's what life is all about, you know? It's an experience, and we need to experience it. I never used what has happened to me to be a victim, to be an excuse to not take care of myself, to not take care of my mental health, to not take care of my body physically. When I lost my arm, I had nothing. I had no job, I had no money, I had no car, I had nothing. So when you have nothing, that's the perfect place to be, because the only place you can go is up, you know? So that's what I did. I reinvented myself. I, you know, went back to the gym. I started working out. I lost weight. I got a job. I traveled the world. I got a boyfriend, and I moved to Florida. I quit everything and I started all over again. And you know, I'm fully experiencing this because that's what it's all about. And you know, if I died 5 years ago without knowing that, I would have been pretty miserable, pretty sad. So I am very happy that, you know, I'm 29 and I'm still figuring it out, and that's totally okay, and it's totally fine to start over. But don't limit yourself. Don't use that as an excuse. Don't tell yourself that you're not capable of it anymore. You know what's in your heart, and you know your dreams, you know the things that you desire, and it's your duty to go after those things. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments if you have any other questions. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye. Thank you for the love. You guys are awesome.